So if you're like me and you work on a lot of small engine stuff, you've probably come to the point where you've needed to pinch off a fuel line. Sometimes that can be a pain, but typically, you can get away with using normal vice grips or, any sort of locking style plier like these, but that puts a lot of stress on the fuel line unless you do it just perfectly. But still you have metal, it's kind of digging into a rubber fuel line, not the best thing in the world. So that being said, I finally sprung for this 3-piece set of fuel line pliers, locking pliers from Harbor Freight. They are plastic, and of course, they are not the most durable things in the world. Case in point, this one right here, the smaller one, I was just using it normally, and the part that goes through it broke clean off. How I fixed it was I just stuck a bolt and a proper sized lock washer and nut on the other side. So now it works perfectly fine. But you want to be careful with these because they can definitely break pretty easily. You don't want to put too much force on them, even though I really didn't. So I may or may not have to do the same thing with these at some point, but that's an easy fix on these, is to just throw a proper sized bolt through it, which I didn't have to do any drilling or anything. It just fit through there perfectly, almost. And just threw the nut on. You don't even have to tighten that down with a wrench. That lock washer will keep it in place. So, simple as that. I'll show you guys how to use them, but honestly, they're pretty straightforward. So here's the fuel line on my John Deere. And you just pull the lock back and you get it down just so you're tight enough that you're comfortable with it, and there you have it. You've just pinched off your fuel line. So for what they are, what they're designed for, they work just fine, and I couldn't be happier. My only real problem with these, other than the fact that they're pretty cheaply made, is the fact that they're pretty expensive. Pretty expensive for what they are, and very surprisingly, they're one of the few items at Harbor Freight that I have never seen a standalone coupon for. So hopefully this helped out some of you guys. If you can source these on Amazon or something like that for a little bit cheaper than Harbor Freight, I would probably go that route. But I was there, it was convenient, I picked up the 3-pack, and that's where I am today. So stay tuned for more. You all stay classy.